The moment you make her the center of your world, you silently tell her she doesn't belong there. This is a painful paradox that breaks the hearts of good men every day. You give her stability. You give her constant attention. You reply to every message instantly to show her she matters. You believe you are building loyalty. You think you are protecting her love. But deep inside her subconscious, the opposite is happening. You are showing that you are already won. And nature has a harsh rule about things that are conquered. They lose their value. Most men think loyalty works like a deal. I give her everything and she gives me devotion. But human psychology, especially female psychology, does not work on deals. It works on leverage, respect, and emotional weight. When she feels that she is the source of your happiness, she becomes your god. And women do not stay loyal to men who worship them. They stay loyal to men they cannot fully control. We are going to break the lies you were taught about treating her right. We are going to replace the nice guy mindset with a stoic one. This is not about being cold. It is not about playing games. It is about becoming something solid in her unpredictable world. By the end of this, you will understand how to trigger the part of her mind that makes loyalty natural. Not because you begged for it, but because she fears losing a man she cannot replace. But listen carefully. Once you start doing this, the dynamic changes fast. She will test you. She will push your limits. And if you fall back into your old habits, it will fail. You must be ready to let go of the part of you that needs her validation. Let's start. The first mistake is believing in safe love. You were taught that women want safety, a man who is predictable, kind, and harmless. So you become that. You remove your edges. You hide your anger. You turn yourself into a straight line. But here is the biological truth. Safety becomes boring, and boredom is where betrayal begins. This does not mean being dangerous physically. It means being dangerous psychologically. She must know you are capable of leaving. She must feel that your standards matter more than your need for her presence. Stoicism is often misunderstood as having no emotions. That is wrong. Stoicism in relationships means controlling your reactions. When you act with stoicism, you are calm about small things and firm about your principles. Imagine she comes to you with emotional chaos. She is upset about her day or testing you with a passive-aggressive comment. The average man reacts. He explains. He defends. He tries to fix her mood because her mood controls his. He is a boat in rough water. The stoic man is a lighthouse. The waves crash. The water rises. He remains steady. He listens. He looks at her without fear, sometimes even with calm curiosity. He does not absorb her chaos. He offers stability instead. This affects her deeply because it shows your emotional frame is stronger than hers. When you react to everything she does, you are saying, "You control how I feel." That is submission. When you simply say, "I see you're upset," and return to your work or your book, you are saying, "My peace matters more than your drama." This creates a space, a silence. Most men rush to fill this space with reassurance. Do you still love me? Are we okay? You must leave the space open. Let her sit with it. Let her wonder what you're thinking. That uncertainty is where attraction grows. That quiet tension keeps her emotionally invested. Loyalty is not given to the man who asks for it. It is given to the man who earns it through behavior. And one of the strongest behaviors is silence. Think about your last argument. You probably talked too much. You over-explained. I didn't mean it that way. I was just trying to help. Every explanation lowers your position. You are asking to be understood. The stoic man does not beg to be understood. He acts. If she misunderstands him, he allows it. He is comfortable being the villain in her temporary story because he knows who he is. Now understand this final idea. You must treat her as a guest in your life, not the designer of it. This sounds harsh. It feels wrong to men raised on romantic fantasies. But look around. Men who live only for their partners, who ask permission for everything, who reshape their entire lives to keep her happy. Are they respected or are they ignored? Now, look at the man with purpose, the man who calmly says no, the man who cancels plans because his work matters, the man who treats her well when she is present, but stays complete when she is gone. That is the man she talks about. That is the man she fears losing. Treating her with stoicism means your affection is earned, not automatic. When she is sweet, loyal, and feminine, you give freely. You show care. You give her your best. But the moment she becomes disrespectful, cold, or manipulative, the switch turns off. No shouting. No arguments. Just a quiet withdrawal of your energy. This is conditioning. It is behavioral. If you keep giving attention when she behaves badly, you are training that behavior. You are rewarding the very actions that slowly destroy the relationship. You must have the discipline to pause, to pull back, to look at her with emotional distance until she earns her way back into your warmth. This requires self-control, because deep down, you crave validation. You want her approval. You want reassurance. You must let go of that hunger. Unchecked, it weakens you. Now, let's go deeper into the invisible rules of interaction. How do you speak? The Stoic tone is calm. It is slow. It carries pauses. Anxious men speak fast. They fear interruption. They fear losing the floor. When you act in a loyalty-building way, you take space. You take time. When she asks a question, you don't rush to answer. You breathe. You think. Then you speak. This small delay signals confidence. It shows you are not desperate to please. You are responding on your own terms. This unsettles the part of her mind that wants control, and that discomfort, not fear of harm, but fear of your indifference, is where loyalty forms. The fear that you are perfectly fine without her. Women are hypergamous by nature. They seek the highest value partner they can secure. Value is not just money. It is emotional strength. If she tests you and you collapse, her instincts register weakness. She may stay for comfort, but her respect fades. And when respect disappears, loyalty becomes empty words. To keep loyalty, you must remain partly unknown. The moment she fully figures you out, your schedule, your triggers, exactly what makes you happy, you stop being exciting. You become useful, reliable, but not magnetic. Stoicism keeps mystery alive. You don't spill every emotion. She knows you care, but she doesn't know if you need her. That difference changes everything. Need repels. Desire attracts. You invite her into your frame without stepping into hers. What does this look like in real life? You choose the place. You choose the time. You lead. If she suggests something else, you may agree, but from allowance, not submission. When she gossips or talks about shallow things, you don't pretend interest. You nod, disengage, or shift the conversation to something meaningful. You raise the standard. Without saying it, you communicate. I don't live in shallow water. If she wants your full attention, she must meet you at depth. This pushes her to improve, to bring her best version forward. And when a woman invests effort, she becomes loyal to that investment. We value what we earn. We ignore what is free. So ask yourself, is your attention cheap or valuable? Now let's talk about the emotional bank account. Most men are overdrawn. They spend their dignity to buy affection. You must live with surplus. Build a life so full, so demanding, that your time feels valuable. This is not pretending to be busy. This is having purpose. If your purpose is her, you lose. When she becomes an addition, not your foundation, she feels relief. It is exhausting to be someone's entire world. That pressure kills attraction. When you remove that burden by being grounded and self-contained, she relaxes. She feels safe. And from that safety, she opens up. Now comes the hard truth. You must be willing to lose her to keep her. If you fear loss, you act from fear. You check her phone, you ask jealous questions. You cling. And those actions push her away. The Stoic man accepts impermanence. Everything can end. This awareness doesn't make him cold. It makes him present. He enjoys the moment without gripping it. When she senses that you are not holding on desperately, she feels free to move closer. It's physics. Push. She pulls away. Release. She comes forward. Treat her like a cat, not a dog. You don't chase a cat, you sit. You focus on your work. Eventually, it comes to you. Chase it, and it disappears. Now, let's talk about tests. This is where most men fail. She says, "You never listen," or "You think you're so smart." The weak man argues. He defends himself with logic. He loses. The Stoic man uses calm agreement or humor. "Maybe I am smart. That's why you chose me," he smiles. He doesn't bite the hook. He treats the test lightly, like splashing water, not drowning. This non-reaction shows deep confidence. Her words cannot shake his reality. When tests stop working, she stops testing. She begins trusting. Loyalty grows from leadership. You cannot lead from behind. You cannot lead while begging. You lead upright, steady, and composed. There is a Stoic idea called amor fati, love whatever happens. If she is loyal, good. If she betrays you, good. Now you know the truth and move forward. When you truly accept this, you become untouchable. A woman cannot control a man who is fine with any outcome. And paradoxically, that is when she never wants to leave. She wants the man who commands his inner world, not the man drifting in hers. Understand the power of no. No is complete. No defines shape. Most men have none. They bend to fit her wants. Shape creates gravity. Be solid. Let her orbit you. When you act with Stoicism, you offer structure. The world is chaotic. Social media is chaotic. Emotions are chaotic. You are the ground. She may test it. She may kick it. But she rests there, because it doesn't move. This is not lack of passion. The Stoic lover is intense. He saves energy for intimacy, publicly controlled, privately powerful. That contrast is addictive. She feels special because only she sees the fire behind the calm. But when intimacy ends, you return to purpose. You don't linger for hours explaining feelings. You reset the frame. This rhythm, distance and closeness, tension and release, keeps desire alive. Too close, it suffocates. Too distant, it fades. Finally, check your ego. Your ego wants praise. Your ego wants validation. Control it, or it will control you. Stoicism destroys the ego. It cares only about truth and results. Ask yourself simple questions. Is yelling at her effective? No. So don't do it. Is begging effective? No. So don't do it. Is being quietly strong effective? Is listening without judging effective? Is leading without apology effective? Yes. So do that. It is simple, but it is not easy. The modern world tells you to be vulnerable. That message is distorted. They confuse vulnerability with weakness. Vulnerability means, "I am hurt, but I will survive." Weakness means, "I am hurt, please save me." Never ask her to save you. She is not your mother. She is not your therapist. She is your woman, and she wants a man. If you need to cry, cry to God. Cry into silence. Cry with your brothers. But do not cry to her. It shatters the image of your strength. And yes, love needs a certain illusion. She must believe you can handle anything. So how do you treat her? You treat her with basic human respect, but with the discipline of a king who knows his crown is his alone. You treat her as replaceable, and that makes her act irreplaceable. You look her in the eyes and truly see her. You don't ignore her. But you don't look at her like she is the sun either. You see her as a beautiful fire, warm, exciting, enjoyable, but one you are willing to put out if it starts burning the house down. This balance is razor thin. Fall to one side and you become cruel. Fall to the other and you become weak and pitiful. Walk the line. The Stoic line. The Stoic man admires the flower, but he knows winter always comes. He enjoys the woman, but he understands human nature changes. He is prepared for betrayal, and because he is prepared, it rarely happens. He is alert. He is aware, and she feels that awareness. She feels your presence, not like a predator, but like a protector who is also a judge who finds her worthy for now. That for now is powerful. It keeps her engaged. It keeps her trying. Most men stop courting their wives. But courting isn't just dates and gifts. Courting is the daily proof of value. It is showing again and again that you are still the man she chose. And you do that by refusing to settle into comfort and mediocrity. You keep your body strong. You keep your mind sharp. You control your emotions. You respect yourself first. Because here is the final truth. She will only treat you as well as you treat yourself. If you disrespect yourself, skipping workouts, eating garbage, avoiding responsibility, she will not respect you either. She mirrors your self-discipline. Stoicism is discipline at its core. Control your mind, and you control the relationship. Lose control of your mind, and you lose her. This is not gentle truth. But you didn't come here for comfort. You came for reality. And the reality is this: loyalty is not a gift. It is a reaction to power. The power of silence. The power of walking away. The power of standing firm when the world, and she, tries to shake you. Now pause. Reflect. Which part made you uncomfortable? That discomfort is weakness leaving your body. It's the part of you that knows you've been doing it wrong. You've been overgiving. You've been chasing safety. You've been afraid. Stop. Tomorrow, don't send the first message. Don't ask what's wrong. Get up. Handle your mission. Treat her with calm confidence, like a man who already knows the war is won. And watch what happens. Watch her change. Watch her eyes stay on you longer. Watch her voice soften when she speaks to you. She has been waiting for this version of you. She has been waiting for you to stop being a boy and become solid, become the rock. But there is a trap that even disciplined men fall into. It appears in the bedroom. It appears in moments of deep intimacy. This is where many men confuse sexual surrender with emotional loyalty. They are not the same. Mixing them up can destroy your frame. Most men believe that good sex means the relationship is safe. That belief is false. There is a way to handle desire that strengthens loyalty, and a way that quietly weakens it. If you give yourself away completely in the dark, you undo everything you built in the light. You must understand sexual stoicism. It is the ability to delay full emotional connection until she truly wants it. This control multiplies desire. But this is a topic for another time. If you are ready to stop being a passenger in your relationship and start driving, you must commit to this path. This path is not easy. It is not for the lazy. It is not for the weak. Commit to learning, not because someone asked you to, but because you need the tools. You must understand the psychology that shapes human behavior, or you will be controlled by it. Signal to yourself that you are done with illusions, that you are done with comfortable lies, and if you want to understand how to lead in intimacy, how to make her desire you deeply, not just emotionally, but instinctively, stay alert. What comes next goes deeper. This is where most men hesitate. Don't blink.